Okay, guys, I think we are ready to start. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming. The response have been overwhelming. There's over 100 people in two shards, and I do want to emphasize that family members of Ayden are actually in game with us. I don't want to point them out, of course not. But and they are the whole family is watching different streams, so thank you for everybody who is streaming this. And it's been super emotional, and I might break into tears, so another Rebels member or anybody else will take over. But for now, we are asking for anybody that would like to share any fun stories about Ayden, Ude, YD, if you will, and just share your memories and oh wow, Elitarian, can you take over for a while?
Yes, of course. Okay, just give me 1 second. I'm just saying again, please mute yourself in game if you have it still on. We were really here for some serious moments to talk about our lost friend. It was really hard to hear the message just days before we still played with him. Did some raids, it was an amazing time, we had so much fun. He was always just so confident in everything. And especially, I remember on Monday, we did a Crypt 15. We were all struggling, having a lot of hard times tanking and healing. And he never gave up, still want to continue. Everyone was like, nah, come on, we can't do this anymore. We want to finish it, but just break the shard. He was like, nah, come on, we can do this. And we actually did finish it and continue doing more shots. He was always there, motivating people, always getting new ideas, trying out new stuff. He was just an amazing person to know. I'm so sad, and I will always miss him. It was really hard to get that message on Thursday. And I'm still can't know that it happened. If someone else wants to their story, please go on. I would like to hear more about him, what experience you did with him.
Yeah, I'll share. So I've been playing this game for a while. It's got a pretty steep learning curve, but YD, he never really gave up with the learning. With the raids, like at the beginning, and had some trouble, but he was always happy and cheerful and willing to listen to us and give it another try, even though others were getting frustrated. He was just a joy to be around for the raids that I got to do with him.
Yeah. Okay, so I will never forget about that Temple 15, Shaz and others. You know what I'm talking about? It was weakened, and Shaz, you said it's never going to be done. And YD was the only one like, we can do this. Come on, let's get 2 healers. We can do this. And we actually did. In the end, we did that. And it was just amazing. The enthusiasm and the drive he had. And he was always ready to just try new things and just never give up. So for me to hear that he actually gave up in real life was just overwhelming, and it hit me hard, and I'm so emotional, and he will be so missed. Please share your stories, please. Anybody.
It was my first day actually joining the game. I remember my first class was Musketeer.
I don't know, Sean, but you're supposed to mute yourself right now and join on the Discord.
We didn't really talk much, but I remember he pointed me in the right direction. He actually helped me with a few of the beginning quests, and it was just amazing. I mean, like you guys said, he was always so confident and stuff, and he was there and he was helping me. The first hour and a half I was in this game. Yeah, I mean, it was... yeah.
Just unbelievable, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, he was so kind and caring. Thank you.
Always. And if you guys want, when you start speaking, just say who you are and from what guild. So that'll give an idea for the family to see how many people he actually touched, how many people in this
Me too,
game.
buddy.
Go ahead, please.
Foxy
sorry.
from Elysium.
Hmm.
Damn, I could remember the first time I actually met Ayden. He was a very nice and caring person, and we were just making jokes and dodges. I could
sorry,
remember
what'd
it
you say?
very clearly. We were in the Forsaken Isle and we were grinding for a grinder paw. We were in there for 2 hours. It was fun. I really had some good times talking about raid mechanics and doing shards with him. It's sad to see that he's gone now.
That's fine.
He will be missed.
Hello, my name is Jinx from Culture Up here. Whenever I first joined the game in December, he was one of the first people to show me how to get, because I was really excited about the dragons, and I kept talking about the dragons. He was one of the first. It was really nice seeing him in the forum, answering people's questions. It kind of hits hard because he was one of the first people that I ever talked to in this game that I fell in love with. So, yeah.
Go ahead, guys. I know this is really, really emotional, but even if you have anything, even a little moment that you remember, yeah, now go.
Yeah, I have 3 stories I'd like to share. Well, I'm not sure if one really counts. The first one, I don't remember myself anymore. But the first time I met Ayden in game, it was probably me doing shards with just putting LFG posts up and getting random persons, and he was one of the people that, for one reason or another, we got on each other's friends list after the run. So that just, I realized that only when he because I didn't play that much with him afterwards until he joined Rebels, and I was a bit excited because I realized that he was already on my friends list, and now he was also joining Rebels. So there was a happy moment then. And the second bit was just after one of the raids. It was actually a raid I missed. And
Max, you can't have happy meal every week. No.
And that was the first raid in the Rebels that he joined, and he was giving me a hard time because I missed the raid, and he was so happy that it was the first time that he could actually join, and he was giving me a hard time because I missed out on it. So at that point I thought, well, okay, maybe he's a bit annoyed with me, he doesn't like me or anything, so I thought, well, okay, that can happen. But then, like, sometime later when I started to play with Pupa and him, I noticed that I was wrong in that. There was some point where he sort of helped me along to tried to drag me along in it, and I figured, well, apparently he wasn't annoyed, he wasn't angry or anything, so that was good to notice. So I was really happy about that bit. And the last story was that was the last time I saw him.
You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody.
And that was Saturday, and it was after the message, and I noticed on his funeral card that the funeral home where he wasn't too far away from me, so I thought I'd go there. And I hadn't really thought it through. To be honest, when I arrived there, I was sort of hoping for the door to be closed, or there to be someone else's body in there, and it just being one really bad hacker's joke or something, you know. Sadly, that wasn't the case. So I walked in there, and his sense of humor and my mental state when I realized it was him sort of coincided with the one word that was on his sweater, which said "fuck." And yeah, that hit home. That felt appropriate at that point of time, but also sort of like I could imagine that would be something he would want on his sweater. Yeah, and I sort of awkwardly rushed outside because I didn't know what to do or how to react. And I was really happy that his mom walked out after me to check like who the hell I was, because she'd never seen me, obviously, and that really made that helped a lot to actually be able to tell my story, and I'm really happy that happened, because else I would have probably just ran off and into the distance. So yeah, I know that there's a lot less cohesion to this than I thought, but that's what I had to share. Thanks for listening.
Thank
Ow,
you.
Max, stop jumping though. You tell me.
Thanks for sharing.
I know Zell has some words to say. He actually wrote something because he is not able to say the words out loud himself. Jay, can you say the words for him, please? Did you get them?
Yeah, I will. Yeah, and then I'll add some of my own. But first, some words from my colleague Zal, and basically Ayden, or as he was known as YD, Yuda, many variations. To Zal, and well, to me, was a good friend. He was one of the few people I could talk about a topic, anime. Nobody else really knows much about. He was nearly always available and ready to play. So it was never boring to log in and see him ready for shots. He was great at lightening up the mood when we were doing raids. He even helped us make some ideas and strategies to help out. He will always be remembered and missed forever. I really hope the family can get closure and always look towards a brighter future. May he rest in peace and live on forever. And that was from Zal. And then for me, I played with YD for a long time, actually, before I joined Rebels. And I have to say that he was one of the few people I always managed to connect with online, particularly when I was new to the game. And he was always very friendly and really open to connecting and running shards. When I joined Rebels, he was one of the people that I regularly connected with, and we formed a really good group and did a lot together in the game. He was very passionate. I remember how excited he was when he used to hit over 50k DPS as a fireball mage. You know, he used to work really hard at that, and and he was able to get there. He was really dedicated, and really loved this game, as many of us do. I also remember that particular shard, that bloody ancient temple 15, where we just didn't think we could do it, and YD kept going on about let's just do two healer strategy. We could do this, and I was the second healer.
Yeah, you were.
And I was thinking to myself, I think we could pull this off, because YD seemed so confident that we could, and we managed to do it pretty much first try, and it was just that sort of guy who, he really motivated others around him, was really caring and really passionate about the game and believed he could do anything. So I really miss YD, and I'll miss playing with him online. And I think, those who knew him, all knew he was such a great guy to be around. So rest in peace, YD. And thank you for all the great games we had.
Thank you.
So I have one more story to say about ID. He wasn't just a player in the community. This is a fairly large community. He touched almost every person that's here in the chat and here in game. One of the first raids that I did with him, it may have been the first, I honestly don't remember. Everybody wanted to give him gear because it was his first time. But he always made sure that the other person didn't need it or somebody else didn't need it, because he didn't really care about the gear. He just cared about the experience and making it fun. Something that I struggle with is healing, but he just made it easier, especially on the second boss. He always found a way to lighten up the mood when people would get frustrated, because it's just frustrating sometimes the way that things are. But he's definitely going to be missed in the raids.
Thank you.
My name is Mindless Mike Devotion. So from everybody's experiences, like everybody's been pretty much saying, why do you use that type of person where you can meet him, he leaves an impact without you realizing? Like for me, I never really ran anything with him. I ran like once, I think, with him. But it was just the random conversations in front of the player house, trading with them. He was the type of person where it's like, hey, do you have this? And you're like, yeah, I got this, be right back. He'll bring it out, and you ask him how much, and he's like, nothing, just here you go, have it. Like you said, he's not just a member of the community in a sense, because he loved the game so much where he didn't really care. He was more so helping people through the best he could. His voice alone is remembrance, so like you can be walking around freaking high step and be a mile away, and you walk over and you'll hear who he's talking to, and everything like that. It's definitely gonna be a lot weirder without being able to hear it. But one thing I learned very long ago, and I feel some people might need to know this too in here. YDE or Ayden, not actually gone, because thoughts and memories stay forever. So just remember that type of stuff. All these memories that people have, even if it was just for a second, like that's a memory you have of him, and that's something that's always gonna stay with you. So he's never truly gone. Okay, I just want to kind of push that, because I know a lot of people think that, but yeah.
Thank you.
My name is Culfrey, and I didn't know him well personally, but I watched his conduct, and he embodied the sense of camaraderie, fellowship, and caring that Orbis stands for. He was the type of person who left his mark wherever he went. His positive attitude, his can-do style, and he gave me inspiration to go forward. I'm thankful that I was able to know him in the small measure that I did.
Thank you so much. Anybody else, please feel free to speak freely, unmute yourself, and just say any kind words.
All right. We all know Ayden was a dedicated raider. He was always coming up with new ideas to help us get through hard mode, and he never missed a raid. It got to the point where I just assumed he was on the list. He absolutely was awesome to play with, and he will be missed.
Hey, this is Evil Diesel from Anuna. Ayden was in Anuna when I joined, and I was still fairly new to the game. There was a lot I didn't know. And his knowledge of the game and the empathy that he had when he gave advice about the game, I haven't met anybody in the game since that was that way. I could get on, and if he was on, if I had a question and I asked in the fellowship chat, he would speak up. There wasn't any dead air, and you could trust the information that he gave you. He was really, really, really into this game and really cared about being a part of the community and helping people. So that's it for me. You know, if you want to be good to the game and add value to the game, just think of how he played and how he interacted with people, and I don't think it could get any better than that. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to say something from Lawsy's perspective from Rebels. I mean, he loved the DPS program that, I don't know if Scott is here, but Cindy that Scott has created. And because Ayden was on Quest, he didn't get to, download Cindy, but he was so interested in the DPS, and after every boss on the shards, he would go like, Lawsy, what's my DPS? What was my DPS? And he was trying some stuff on Mage with the fireballs, and he hit 58k. Yes, he did. He outdid us all, and he did. And there was a moment like, okay, we moved on from the boss and to the other, and just out of nowhere, we were killing a mob, and he was like, 58k! I did 58k DPS on fireballs. And we were like, yes, you did, boy. So yeah, he loved that.
So what's the Discord?
We are on...
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, this is Darkly from Anuna. And the reason I got into Anuna was from Ayden. It was a random pairing, and I remember he was just so into it. And it was my first time going through one of these dungeons, and it was like it was a whole new world. And it was I was amazed at how much he knew, and it was just a really fun time. And he ended up inviting me to join his guild. So it was. I felt it was an honor, and I was like, okay, I'll go with him. And he was so knowledgeable, and someone had mentioned before that he had such an amazing voice, and he just knew so much that I just assumed that he was just like this elder, almost elder god who just knew this game in and out. And I remember making a comment saying, okay, Dad, like thinking he was like, a lot older. And then someone said, he's only 17. I was like, what? So anyway, I was just amazed with the amount of knowledge he had and how much he brought to the game and brought me into this game. He will always be remembered. I loved talking to him. And this has been amazing, and I will miss him dearly. Thank you.
Thank you. That's something that a lot of people have said to me on private messages, that they can't believe he was only 17, because I believe he was, in a way, an old soul. And but yeah, he was only 17 with his whole life ahead of him. So God, I can't even imagine what the family must be going through. But also we, as the Orbers community, as the gamers, we were his family in a way.
Thanks for the follow.
And I just want the family to know that he will never be forgotten here. And he had I'm sorry, real impact of everyone's life here. Thank you. You with me for a while.
I'm gonna jump in here. This is Scorpio, closer than we appear. I actually just had the pleasure of meeting Ayden fairly recently. A friend in the game had gotten the Goblin token, and I was kind of escorting him back with it. And Ayden was in PvP and came up, and my friend was like, he called him Yeti. Yeti, no, no, please, no, Yeti, please. and unlike many people in PvP, he took mercy, and he actually helped me guide our friend back to high step so that he could get the goblin token. And I'd probably say 98% of people in PvP probably wouldn't have done that because that's the basis of PvP, right? So I just was so super impressed that he was willing to not, to not kill our friend and then actually help
Okay,
escort him back.
speaking through compass. Can you hear me? Speaking through compass, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Can you hear me?
Okay, guys. Does anybody else have anything else to share?
Yeah, I'd
Or-
like to share something.
Please.
This is Joker from RQ. I believe, unless I'm mistaken, that I was in the last shard with him, and we were doing an abandoned mine, and he said, "Well, let's do it this way," and I said, "No, let's do it that way," and we argued with each other the whole way through the mine of how to do the mine, and when we got to the boss, he said, I said, well, would you like me to tank? And he says, no, I can tank. And I said, oh, I can tank better than you. And he said, well, I can mage better than you. And I said, well, go ahead, dude. So he went ahead and tanked, and I maged. And of course, I was only hitting about 30. And he died. And I said, well, why did you die? He says, because you weren't maging well enough. I said, well, I tell you what, dude. How good can you mage? And he said, well, I can hit right around 60. I said, I'll tell you one thing, buddy. And again, I'm from the South, so we kind of say things a little differently. I said, I'll tell you one thing, buddy. Every single time you hit 60, I'll give you 1,000 dramp every single time. And he says, I'll take that bet. And so we went into the dungeon and I tanked, and so we got through with it, and I said, well, how much do I owe you? And he said, well, I was I was casting so hard and so fast, I really couldn't read it because it was all the way over there by you where you were trying to do the scav shaman. And I said, I don't want to hear that crap. And so we argued a little bit more about him and whatever. And here's kind of the interesting thing at the end, and this is the reason why I came here today, is we got to the end of the mine, and I said, well, I'll talk to you later. And he said, yeah, I kind of feel tired. And I said, well, dude, rest in peace, not realizing what I had said.
Jeez.
Dude, it's yeah, a lot has been said in game. I mean, I myself have gone through a lot of soul searching because in the shards, I'm not gonna lie, we joke hard, we talk
Sure.
shit, and all of that. And
Yeah.
I even have gone, thinking about, was it something I said? Could have been any kinder?
Sure.
But you know, he loved to play. He just loved to play with us. He said, you know, you guys are my home. Orbis is my home. He loved the game, and he loved every one of you. He was always so enthusiastic, and he joked as hard as we did. And one thing that I gotta say, Lozzie is very known for his "that's what she said" jokes, and Ayden, oh my God, he did those. He started doing "that's what she said" jokes, and every time in the wrong, like not even like a thing, you know. And I
Right, right.
said,
You didn't know the context.
yeah, but one thing, we were doing an airship, and he did a perfectly timed "that's what she said" joke, and I said, that's my boy. Finally,
Yeah,
you
you
got
hit it.
one, and we were so happy and so proud for a goddamn "that's what she said" joke. But that's how we were, and
Yeah. The only thing is that when he said that, it was kind of a strange thing that he said. And, you know, of course, I just, as Joker, I just kind of threw out a Joker kind of line. But when I exited the dungeon, it was very haunting to me to hear that. When he said, I'm tired, I need to sleep, or I need to rest. Yeah, that's what he said. He said, I'm tired and I need to rest. That's why I said rest in peace. That's right. Okay, let's get the story right.
it's
Okay. Thank you.
it's fine. I hope that you're not blaming yourself in any way, because we have been wondering about reasons and all that, but it's not. It's just impossible to know what was going through his mind, and we just loved him the best we could, and I don't think that anybody could have changed his mind when it was made, but I hope it gives you all comfort, as well as myself, to say that we were there for him. I mean, in a way, Mel, did you please?
Yeah, I was thinking something about the jokes. You know, like I think he could dish it out and he could take it. I remember one joke that I specifically it was about mage casting or whatever, or how it's really hard on your wrists, and he just shot right back. I don't know who said something about it, but he shot right back at, well, I'm a 17-year-old boy. The strength of my wrists is the stuff of legends.
Yes, I remember that. I remember that.
And I was like, okay, did not expect that coming. But wow,
that sounds like Whitey.
Yeah. It just came so out of left field. I could not respond to that. I was just, okay, yeah, you win.
And like, if he would die in a mage ball in the middle of the shard, like, and he said like, oh my God, I'm dead, sorry about that, and Lozzie would say like, oh, best DPS you've ever making now, and shit like that. But you know, he would get that, and those were the best times ever, and I will never forget those, seriously.
Lee, if you're just joining us, we're having a
So
in-game
last thing I'm
memorial
going to say
service
for today, I mean, my thoughts are a bit scattered, so I was trying to figure out how to
for a
piece this
player
together.
that recently
But
passed away.
there are a lot of types of players in this game. Like, for example, those who try and make friends, or those who try and break records.
Mhm.
And YD he didn't really care about how good people were. He only cared about, like, making everybody happy and making everybody enjoy what they were doing. Even if, like, it was arguing, it was always playful arguing. He didn't really avoid conflict, because there was never any conflict for him to avoid, because he always seemed to make things better. And he just made, like I said, he just made the raids a lot better and enjoyable. I was starting to get bored with them after a few weeks, and then when I saw that he was on the roster, I got excited each time.
Very true. Thank you.
I would like to add that you said he didn't care too much about other people being good, but he did care about himself being good. He wanted to be like the best member of the team he could be, I think. That's maybe why he was so happy about hitting high DPS numbers and stuff like that.
58k on mage, just saying.
So, I mean, those things matter to him a lot. But like when I started, when I first started playing with him, I wasn't that. Like I still can't DPS for any worth anything. But that didn't really matter. It wasn't comparing himself like with others in that way. I don't think. Just he wanted to be good himself, but didn't care that much about others. Like Cider said.
Yeah, it's pretty sadly.
Who was talking? Sorry, say again. Was it somebody in game? No.
I mean, I have a small story of him.
Please.
I only ever did one raid with him from what I remember. It was the first raid I ever done, and it was Guild City, and the main thing I remember from that guild is I happened to get the boss pet, and I was amazed that I happened to get that pet, like, first try, and everyone was laughing about it, but that's the mainly only thing I recall of him, was him in that raid. That's a small thing, but I bring it up.
Thank you. And
This is sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
This
No,
is
sorry. You go ahead.
This is Valorius from Ark, and I knew Yeti really well. We played together. He was always fun to play with. He was one of those people you could walk up to, and every time you pass him, be, "Hey Val, hey Yeti." But the one thing that really moves me is how the whole Orbis community has come together to remember this one soul.
It is overwhelming. I hear ya.
Give me 1 second.
No problem. It's
Okay. Everyone in this game formed bonds, friendships, and this show of affection, this show of loss, is amazing, and this really shows what the game is all about. So I'd just like to say that everyone in this game has good friends and bonds that you formed in it. If you ever feel bad, or if you ever need to talk, you have so many people in here to talk to. Yeti never opened up. He never talked to about his personal things and his issues. If he did, we might have helped him. Someone might have helped him. So I'm just saying, if anyone in the game, we all have personal problems, life issues. You have so many friends in here you can talk to. Open up and talk to the people you know that are friends with you, and they'll listen. I guarantee you. If Yeti opened up, everyone would have listened.
See, I didn't get to
That's
play
all.
with him. I didn't get to play with him in game, but I did see his messages on the Discord raid when he was starting to go downhill, and it just, I don't know, it hits home. Because I've been in his shoes when I was younger, and I don't know. I wish he could have pulled through. He has so much
Yeah.
life ahead of him.
That's all I had to say. So, you all have good friends here. If you have issues, open up, share, and help yourself get through it. We'll miss Yeti a lot, all of us.
Thank you.
I
Yeah,
wanted to
go.
say the same thing. I know everybody is struggling with what could I have done? Was it something I done? I'm sorry, this is Scorpio from Closer again. I think I posted somewhere. I've suffered with depression for over 30 years. And I remember when I was his age, crying in my garage, my best friend holding me up because I wanted to die and I didn't know why. My family life was perfect. I had a mom and dad that loved me. I was on championship teams. Everything was great. Yet I want to die. And so while everyone struggles to try to figure out, was it something I said? Was it something I did? Could we have stopped it? Could we not? I just want people to understand that depression, it's a sickness. It's like cancer. It's like all of those things. And sometimes we can save people from cancer, and sometimes we can't. Um, and depression is the same way. Sometimes we can save people from depression, and sometimes we can't. So just hold them in your heart, and understand that there's nothing you said, you did, that that caused this. There's nothing. There may not have even been anything you could have said or done to stop it. Um, it's a sickness, and unfortunately not one that he could overcome, and he will be very, very, very missed.
Thank you so much for sharing. It's overwhelming how personal details people are giving of their lives, and if it brings any comfort to the family, I hope all of these stories give some closure. Probably not, but can somebody else take over again? Sorry.
Yeah, this is Sevs with Anuna. I played a lot of shards with Whitey, and I really remember one of the cool things I remember is how he'd get excited about getting his brother into a shard and getting him some really cool gear. Played a bunch of shards with him and his brother, and I'll really miss him. That's all I got.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Another thing to add, this is XD again from Black Lotus. We are trying to ask the forums and devs if we can get like his name on one of the tombstones in the map or somewhere to get his memory stained a little more, so people will be able to remember him by that. Sorry, just for this.
Yeah, Elitarium from Rebels already asked that from the devs, and they're thinking about it. They're having a meeting, and absolutely amazing idea. Thank you for
Yes.
thinking about that.
I will let everyone know if as soon as I get an answer what the dev said and if they're going to do something. If they say no, I'll of course keep on trying to get at least something. And if it's not a gravestone, just his name, probably anywhere in the game. I'd just like to always remember him.
That would be amazing.
I'd like to share something. It's
Please.
just something small, but I've recently been raiding. I've been raiding a bit. Fell out of playing Orbis for a while, and I ended up in a bunch of raids along with Ayden, and we didn't really talk, you know. At that time, he was just a stranger, but I post memes in some of the discords I'm in, and one of them was a meme. It's like when your level 30 friend gives your level 1 bot the best weapon in the game. He's like, make an Orbis variant, he said. And well, I've been fighting off my own depression lately, and I used to do a lot of art, a lot of memes, and she was like, do an Orbis variant, and so I made a meme for the first time in a while.
Hey, we are.
And I put it in the Discord.
Yeah, Edge of
He
Nowhere.
posted on it.
If you go in the tavern and go
Perfection.
upstairs,
And it really
it's the door behind
made my
the
night. And
NPC
I
upstairs.
always meant to kind of talk more, say hey, say thanks. And yes, just wanted to put that out there and put that thanks into the world instead.
Thank you for sharing.
Thanks.
Amazing. And I hope you're, feeling better. And if you need to reach out, we're all here for you. Seriously. Okay, guys, it's almost been an hour. Any more fun stories? Because we love these. Anyone else want to share?
I don't have a story, but I do have something to say.
Please.
Chaotic from Carnage. So, just check on your people, man. Like, you never really know. Like, some people seem happy, but it's not always like, people don't show what they're feeling all the time. So,
I hear
you
you.
gotta check on your people.
I totally hear you. Thank you. And yeah, it's been such an amazing, overwhelming response. And also, let's do the checkup right here. If somebody here is not okay, they don't feel like they can speak up, but they're here for YD and themselves, please just take any name and reach out, okay? PM, anything. We are a community, we are a family, we're here for you. Just, you are not alone. Any last words before we start taking little screenshots? Anybody? Every story is meaningful, every story matters.
I just want to say I also thought he was a 40-year-old man when I first met him.
I know, right?
So too.
Ah, bless.
Oh man.
Hi, this is Jinx from Close to There. I just want to just even what people are going through. So be kind.
James, you're breaking out.
You're breaking out a little bit?
Maybe
Sorry.
get closer to your phone.
So this is Jinx from Close to There Pier. I just wanted to say, you never know what your people are going through because Orbis is our escape. A lot of people's escape from the real world. So just always stay kind. Just be the best you can be to your friends because we are a family. And that's, yeah, you just be nice to people. That's all I got.
Very true. Very true. Thank you, Jinx. Thank you.
Pharmacist from Iron Company. I remember we were sitting in a raid and people kept leaving. YD was one of the first people to respond to our call for help while we were sitting there waiting. He was first to respond, and whenever we failed, he would always offer new tactics. I didn't know him personally, but I knew that he was definitely someone always looking to push forward to finish it.
That's him.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Like I could remember a time when me and Whitey were just talking at the fellowship court, and we were talking about boss 2 of the new Citadel hard mode.
Mm-hmm.
We were just constantly going on about how it was possible and how it was impossible. And like how boss 2 is not defeatable without good luck. We were both just trying to go against each other, saying how it was possible or not. And it was fun talking about the mechanics with him.
He had always something to give to the mechanics. He had new ideas. He always tried, and it was just amazing. He never gave up. He was like, okay, that's not gonna work. How about this? And another theory, and it was just amazing to hear.
Yes, he was a smart and wise man if it was about mechanics.
Yeah, very much so. Thank you. Yes.
And I the stone. But when he was back in Adeno, I used to talk to him a lot whenever I'd get in trouble a lot back then. And I didn't get it. But I always looked up to him because he never really got in trouble, and he'd always help me because I would feel really left out because everyone would be going on raids. He'd really make me make up my day by saying a joke or something, and I'm just really sad that he's that's all I have to say.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I have something to say.
Please.
It's William Jacob from Followers of the Sun God. I'm really new to the game, but already I can see the great community part of this game, and I just wanted to say that everybody's great, and I see how much you care about him, and it's amazing to see that.
Thank you. And we care about you too. And welcome to the game. We are good people.
Thank you.
This is Black Wolf. Oh wait, sorry. I would like to say something myself.
Please.
So, my name is Black Wolf. I have been playing the game for a while now, and I just want to say that I hope you rest in peace. And this community is amazing. I'm Black Wolf from Happy Accident, and beyond my guild, we say, may he rest in peace.
Thank you.
Please, may I say something?
Please. Please do.
I didn't know him personally, but I want to give my biggest condolences to anyone who did know him and his family. He sounds like such a great kid, and it's such a shame he's gone now.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us today. It means a lot.
Yeah, this is Haley Chu from Happy Accidents, and I was calling earlier, but after hearing everybody's stories, I'm very, very jealous that I actually didn't get to meet him in game. So,
He was a real character. He really was. And I'm sorry too that you didn't meet him in game, but thank you for being here. It means a lot.
unfortunately, I only met him when he was at his worst. So,
This is Cohen from Iron Company.
Hmm.
I just want to say I haven't been playing all that long, just a few weeks, and I'm probably like a month now. But yeah, I got to play with him a few times, and I've seen him on Discord and talking, and I have to say that he was somebody that whenever I saw him in a shard or something, I was always happy that I was like, oh, this is going to be a good one, or and he always made you feel like you were already friends when you met him.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things it felt like we were friends for a while, even though I had only been on a handful of shards with him. But I know that he was a dedicated player. He had, I think, I found out he had played for almost a full month worth of actual play time and had all his stuff maxed out, and he would share anything he could to help people out, especially knowledge. But I just wish I got to know him more, even though I felt like he was my friend in game. For the short period of time I got to know him, I just wish I knew him better, more in person maybe. But anyway, that's my part.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I have something.
Please, go on.
This is Jalen the Blue. I remember when I was doing a Citadel a while ago. Me and Ayden, we didn't want to lose to Citadel. We were on the last boss. And so we said to them, let's give it a couple more shots and see how that goes. And we tried to comfort everyone in the raid. And surprisingly, on that shot, we actually made it through. It was just wonderful making it with him.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, for the people in chat that are saying that they can't talk, but they want to say something, just in case you can't read it, Noel from Anuna said that YD was always the one who hated to give up, which I think everybody can agree with. And Ken Same said that when he would do shards with him when he was in Anuna, he was a really fun guy to have around, and he made the shards a lot less boring, and he hated how boring they were before. And Whitey's sense of humor would make him laugh so much that it would mess up his casting. Which he did the same in the raids.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not watching the chat. If there's anything else that somebody wants to say, please read it out loud. Anybody?
Can I say something? Oh, it was funny. You can go.
Somebody go. There was two trying to speak. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I'll go.
Pigeon Religion, can I say something? Can I say something, please?
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, there's two.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't know Ayden personally, but if you're having these kind of thoughts, please talk to someone. I know someone with depression, and I've seen how bad it can get. So please just speak to someone. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. That is most valuable. And we have been trying to emphasize that if anybody here, even if they are talking, if they're not talking, if you are struggling, just reach out to anybody. We're here. And then we had someone else wanting to say something?
Yes. It's William Jacob from Followers of the Sun God again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know Ayden that much. I've never seen him in game. But from the stories everybody's been telling about him, I really thought I really wish I could have done something to help so everybody could feel happy with him again.
I know that is what a lot of people is basically feeling, but I personally don't think that we would have made any difference, I guess. But thank you. I mean, a lot of people wanted to help, but it just wasn't. Okay. It wasn't our choice in the end.
It's a mistake.
Okay, guys, we have been talking for over an hour. It's been absolutely amazing. If you're all ready and nobody else has anything to share, I'll give the platform if anybody else had any story. Do you? No? Okay. Then I would want everybody to gather around this beautiful tombstone over here. So it's me talking. This is Pew Pow. And I would like everybody to gather around and just spread around this so we can get some really nice screenshots, okay? Everybody's facing that way to the portal.
Shard.
So there's 2 shards full of people. So there's 65 on one and 32 on the other. So
Boysian, can you take off your helmet?
can we spread around a little bit more so to that side so we can actually face out so we can see everybody's
Hello?
name.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Hi.
My father wanted to say something.
Oh, please do. Please share.
Amos. Nope. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Ayden's daddy.
Oh my god, hello, welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, we all met the whole family listened to you.
Okay. We are so sorry for your loss.
We want to thank you for this beautiful setting what you made for us. I'm the aunt. I'll give you to the mother. She wants to say something too.
Thank you.
Really. Thank you for
Anyone
this.
doing a picture? Is any players standing?
Knowing that he has so many friends.
Sitting, going in front. Get everyone
That's really
in.
much to us.
He was well loved, and we are all so sorry for your loss.
Oh wait, I get it.
Okay, guys, let's line up for the picks, yeah? So everybody, spread out, please.
Okay.
And when I say please raise the weapon of your choice into the air.
I accidentally turned my headset off. I'm really sorry.
No pets, no hats, and this is... I'm sorry. This is our goodbye to Ayden. Please raise your weapons.
What?
And I hope to God somebody's taking a screenshot because
To Ayden.
I don't see anybody.
I have a camera there on my stream where I can go back and do it so I can record it the entire thing right now
used a
for
growth
everybody.
potion so I could try to
Thank
get
you.
everyone in the picture.
I'll go back and clip and stuff and post the pictures here for everyone.
Yeah,
If
we're
anyone
just
wants
holding
a growth
position
potion to try
for
to get more people visible. I have an extra.
a lot of screenshots. If anybody else wants to go forward and take a screenshot, that would be appreciated.
I don't have a growth potion, so I might need one. Hold up, I'm thinking one. A Facebook. Take a screenshot. A Facebook. Take a screenshot.
Bless. Okay, I think that's enough.
Yep. Well, I think I'm not sure.
Um,
Alright.
Thank you so much, and thank you for the family for being